This is Professor Emil Lord going to conduct your IELTS speaking test at British Language Club, Kazla Rajshahi Centre. Candidate is Sharmin Islam. Part 1. Do you have a job or you are a student?
Recently, I am working as a research assistant in the microbiology laboratory of University of Rajshahi. 2 months ago, I have completed my MSc from this department, and it's an interesting job because it's related to my subject.
Why did you choose this job?
Actually, I have completed my bachelor and MS from the Department of Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, and I have gotten the opportunity to complete my thesis work on microbiology lab. That's why working as a research assistant in this lab is a great opportunity for me. It's not only a suitable place for me, but also I am learning a lot in this place. That's why it's a preferable job for me.
What kind of education and training did you need to get this job?
I have never think it before. However, as I have good educational background and I have completed my thesis work in this lab and performed well, that's why I think I have gotten this opportunity to be research assistant of this lab.
Describe an activity you enjoy doing in your leisure time.
Actually, in this fast-paced era, most of us don't get leisure time for doing our preferable job. However, whenever I get time, I study books. I consider myself to be a bookworm, and I love to read varieties of books. And recently, whenever I am starting reading a book, Da Vinci Code. Whenever I get time, I used to read it.
How long have you been doing this activity?
Which activity?
You are practicing this leisure activity, reading book.
Okay. From my childhood, I am used to read book in my leisure time. I vividly remember at my childhood, my father bought a lot of books for me, and from the time I became habituated to read books. And reading book is quite good. It may increase our knowledge, as well as we know that book is our best friend. So I love to spend most of my free time with this friend.
In your free time, do you prefer activities you can do with other people, or you would like to do yourself alone?
Actually, I think everybody of us have to have some responsibilities of our society. That's why whenever I get free time, I love to do some social work. That's why I have to mix up with varieties of people. Sometimes I go to some social places for like old age home for take care of the senior citizens. Sometimes I go to the orphans for nourishing the children and taking care of them.
Why do you think that you should have a lot of free time?
Yeah, free time is quite important for all of us. In this busy world, we become tired, and for boosting up our energy and refreshing our mind, there is no alternative to free time, and free time is quite helpful for making our brain cool, make us prepared for facing upcoming struggles or upcoming exams or upcoming any sort of barriers.
What are the other activities usually people of your country do during their free time or weekend?
Actually, it depends on person's own choice. Like as I mentioned before, I love to read book in my free time, and other people of my surroundings, I have seen that they go for hangouts. Some of my friends, whenever get time, they go for traveling, as they love to travel. Moreover, some people love to sleep because due to hectic schedules, they don't get enough time for sleeping. During their free time, they love to sleep. and other various activities they may prefer according to their wish.
What do you usually do at your weekend?
Yeah, the weekend is most desirable day of my week. Whenever at the end of my week, I think to do a lot of work, lot of pending work, but whenever I get time, I love to sleep and read books. As I mentioned that I have started to read the Da Vinci Code of Dan Brown, and for the last few weeks I am reading this book at my weekend, and it's an interesting book, and reading is a great time.
That sounds nice. Thank you. I'm going to start part 2. In this
Okay.
part, you'll be given a cue card. You will have 1 minute for preparation.
Holidays. Thank you. For reboosting our energy or refreshing our mind, holiday is quite important for everybody's life. I think in my case it's also true. I vividly remember that last month actually, I have gotten holidays for 3 days from my laboratory, as I am a research assistant of a lab, and I went to my house because I'm not from this place. My hometown is Kustia. That's why I have visited my house for meeting our parents, and it was a wonderful day for me, because after a certain period of time I have gone to my own house, and all of my family members are eagerly waiting for me. This holiday was a memorable event for me, because it was my parents' anniversary, and we have arranged a surprise party for them. I with my sisters have made a plan for making the day special. We have arranged cakes, other sort of delicious foods, and we have also bought some gifts for my parents, and as I mentioned before, they are not aware about this. They was totally surprised. They were over the moon whenever we bought the cake in front of them, and their happiness was no bounds, and all of our family members enjoyed this day together. We dances, we made fun, we sang songs, and do a lot of activities, and on top of that I want to mention that the cake was quite delicious, and it was from a famous pastry shop. Although I haven't an experience to buy anything from this shop, but this time my experience was quite good, and after that my mother made a sweet for us, which was quite special, and I am fond of this sweet.
Who were the guests and what type of gifts you received?
Okay, as I mentioned before, that we have arranged this program, so we have bought gift for our parents, and the gifts were our relatives, our auntie, uncles, and our cousins.
Okay, thank you. Well, I am going to start speaking test part 3. What are some important holidays in your country?
Okay, there are a couple of number of holidays in our country. Among them, some are national and some are international. Like international holidays are celebrated with all over the world, as well as national holidays. In the case of national holidays, we celebrate Pohela Boishakh, we celebrate National Mooring Days, Mother Tongue Days, and other sort of religious festivals also, like vacations of Idul Fitr, Idul Adha, Durga Puja, and so on. In the regard of international holidays, we celebrate Christmas Day and other sort of days which are memorable for our every people.
Why do people celebrate holidays?
Yeah, holidays are quite important for everybody's life. Holidays refreshes our mind, and it also gives us a chance to lead a quality life with our family members. As in this in this fast-paced era, we don't get enough time to spend valuable time with our family members or dearest ones. That's why holiday gives us the chance to spend time with our dearest persons. Moreover, holidays gives us a chance to reboosting ourselves, get preparation for the upcoming exams or upcoming schedules, so that we can give our best version in the upcoming days.
What kinds of changes you find celebrating holidays recently last 10 years?
Yeah, there are enormous number of differences from my view. In the past, whenever I was child, I saw that people are more interested or willing to celebrate the religious festival, but they arrange a lot of foods. They meet their dearest person in the case of religious festival like Eid, pujas. But with the passage of time, people are trying to celebrate the international holidays most. Nowadays in my country, people are celebrating Halloween parties, which was not common whenever we were a child. Moreover, they are emphasizing on Pohela Boishakh, Valentine's Day, in spite of being concerned about the religious festivals or other sort of festivals. And these
Do you think that importance of celebrating holidays are increasing?
Yeah, obviously, as I mentioned before, that in past there are limited number of holidays which people celebrate, but with the passage of time, people are celebrating other cultured holidays also. Now people are celebrating Pohela Boishakh, Halloween days. They are also celebrating Valentine's days, and this sort of holidays are not common in our culture in past, and people are enjoying those because these are giving us pleasure.
How will people celebrate their holidays in future?
It's an interesting question. Actually, in the future is totally uncertain. However, as for my assumption, I reckon that near future people will be more interested to celebrate holidays, as they are becoming busy gradually. In future they will be more busy, and whenever they will get a chance to refresh themselves, they won't leave this chance actually, and they will celebrate it with full of mind. And in this regard, they will celebrate other customs holidays also, as they are doing now. And near future it will be good to celebrate holidays. It will be helpful for our children also. They will get a chance to mix with other cultured people through celebrating holidays.
In a holiday, how do you spend with your family members?
Yeah, holiday is quite important for me, as I said before. Due to my work, I have to live far from my family. During my holidays, I go to my hometown and celebrate my holidays with my parents. Generally, I help my mother in cooking. Moreover, I enjoy the delicious food which my mother make, and moreover I make gossip with my father also. On top of that, I want to mention one thing, that my father is good at playing chess. At my holidays, I used to play chess with him, and it's an interesting time, or it's a pleasure time for me. At that time I feel I am over the moon, and it is a most mesmerizing event of my life.
Okay, thank you.